So welcome. If you're here, this is my video sales letter. This is when you're trying to make a decision if you want to utilize me as part of your professional development or part of your personal development journey. What I'm going to explain to you is a bit about me, my process, and how I can help. So strap in, buckle up, grab a pen, and get ready. The burden for you, it stops here. It stops here. I'm going to dare you to arrive as yourself. Now, the first couple of slides are going to be some qualifying questions so you know whether you're in the right place. And if this resonates with you, then you are. Are you exhausted from carrying everyone else's happiness on your shoulders and still feeling invisible? What if I told you that the very habits you've been proud of, being the glue, being the problem solver, the one that everyone counts on, are actually the shackles keeping you from the life that you want? And what if there's a science-based, step-by-step way to lay those burdens down without ever betraying your true nature? And I'm here to tell you that there is. To do this, I break this down into two people. The people that I work best with are either one or the other or a combination of both. So this is a qualifying. If this slide doesn't speak to you or the next slide doesn't speak to you, then you can turn this off right now and go about your business. I am not the person to help you solve your problem. Okay, so let me tell you that right now. Are you a harmonizer or a thinker? Now, which mirror reflects you? The heart that holds the room or the mind that's constantly trying to solve the room, right? Are you a harmonizer? That means you're the heartbeat of your relationships. You're the energy in every room. You have empathy and genuine warmth. That's your superpowers. You're natural at making other people feel seen, heard, and cared for. But you also carry the invisible burdens of being responsible for everyone else's happiness. Saying no to you feels impossible, and it's one of your biggest fears. Setting boundaries might feeling like you may let someone down is awful for you. And what happens? All that caring, it masks exhaustion. And inside you, because I've worked with many people like you, there's a secret hope that someone will see you and finally prioritize you, put you first. Now, that's a harmonizer. Or are you a thinker? You're the mind behind the method. You're analytical, you're independent, you're deeply driven by logic. You're deeply driven by precision and a relentless quest to understand and improve. I got you, right? But behind that sharp mind lies a constant battle with overthinking and self-criticism. It's that inner critic. You set sky-high standards chasing perfection, but you're feeling trapped by your own mental loops. Your decisions get delayed, and sometimes even your greatest strengths can keep you stuck, second guessing instead of soaring. In this situation, fear just isn't fear of failure. That's not it. It's not living up the potential that you know that you have. I know too many people that reside here, right? So if you're not one of those two people, you can stop right now. Just stop. Turn me off. I appreciate you taking this time. I'm not the person to solve your problem. If you are, and you're still here, you are seen, you are heard, and for once, you're understood. I mean that. Whichever one you are, and even if you're a little bit of both, if you're a hybrid, a meritage, per se, what matters is this. You've been carrying these invisible burdens, and it's time for you to put them down. I'm here to teach you how to. What we're going to do is we are going to rewrite your story for good. Now, here's the map out of the maze. It's a beautiful connection and combination, I should say, with science, soul, and the end of your burnout. Okay. You're not broken. You're brilliant. You're just tangled up in habits that once kept you safe, but now keep you small. This quote, please take a second, write it down. For 15 years, I've done this. 15 years, man. I mean, check the grades out. I'm no new jack telling you how to live your life because I watched a video on YouTube or I read a book. I've been in it. Okay, I've been in it. For 15 years, I've helped harmonizers and analytical thinkers move from burnout and self-doubt to authentic, unshakable self-worth. These aren't just clients. These are real people who felt trapped by old beliefs, unsustainable patterns. And I've walked this path myself. And I've walked this path with proven methods that blend the best of psychology and habit and science. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, evidence-based practice. IFS, internal family systems, evidence-based practice. The book Atomic Habits from James Clear and the deep, actionable coaching. This is the combination of where my work centers and what you will learn. Now, you have a choice at this point. You can say the same, you can, or you can write a new chapter. Your choice. Whose story have you really been living? And how long are you willing to keep trading your presence for succumbing to pressure, external pressure? Here's the crossroads you're at. You can keep sacrificing, suppressing, and second guessing until the burnout finally wins. So many people have burnt out and settled for a life that they don't want. Or you can step into a new story, one where you set your own boundaries, you rewrite your own beliefs, and show up as the most authentic version of yourself. Your choice. Now, this is the greatest gift. Okay? The greatest gift. I just want you to imagine for a moment standing at the edge of your new beginning, a place where every risk you take, every bold move isn't followed by that harsh inner critic dragging you back to the sidelines. Is it a situation where you're at school, you want to ask a question, and you don't want to raise your hand because you don't want to feel stupid? Do you have an incredible idea that you're terrified to share because you don't want to be judged? Is there a person that you want to talk to that you really think is just, you want them in your lives, but you do not have the confidence to reach out to them and say anything? Are you stuck in a friend zone, right? So many different places. I have a gift for you, but you need to unwrap it. What I'm talking about is a radical kind of freedom, the ability to take risks, raise your hand, make a call, start a project. And even if you get it wrong, you're no longer trapped in the echo chamber of self-doubt. That is a gift, to be able to do something, fail, and not belittle yourself or berate yourself because you weren't successful. Because when you do that, there's that emotional attachment that's associated with failure that's now been reinforced by your self-beating. Then what happens the next time? Your mind remembers what happened the previous time, and it doesn't want to take that emotional abuse. So it chooses to stay safe and silent and quiet and let the moment walk on by. For thinkers, your transformation is liberating. You learn that it's safe to be imperfect, that making mistakes isn't a death sentence. That you make a mistake, it doesn't mean that you're any less intelligent. It's not an assassination of character. To make a mistake, that's a gift. That is a gift, right? For harmonizers, this is the moment where you stop shaping yourself to fit everyone else's mold. Take a second. That's authenticity. There's something I call an authentic arrival. It's when you can arrive at every moment, at every moment as your true self. Harmonizers, you wish you could do that because you're so busy bending to the needs of other people around you that it becomes impossible to even understand who you really are. You may have lost sight of it, or maybe you don't even know. In both journeys, failure loses its sting. You find yourself saying, so what if I got it wrong? I'm still here and I'm still growing. I'm still enough. God, that's huge. The real miracle, you become unstoppable, spontaneous, creative, authentic, able to say yes to opportunity and no to your old patterns. You move through the world with a quiet confidence. If you want to be arrogant, if your desire is to be alpha, you should already be gone by now, because that is not why I'm here. It's not why I'm here. Quiet confidence. Like you're finally breathing after years underwater. Your critic is no longer driving the car of your decision making. It's not even in the passenger seat. You are the investment. You. You are worth the investment. You. And that is the greatest gift of all, recognizing this undeniable truth. This is when you give yourself the permission to fully arrive as yourself, free from the shame of imperfection and open to every possibility. You are the investment. Now, transformation isn't magic, it's a map you can follow. And so this is a equation that was created from Stanford behavioralist BJ Fogg. He's the author of the book Tiny Habits. Behavior changes in a fluke. It's a formula. Motivation times ability times prompt. I want you to build your map and make self-doubt a thing of the past. So when you look at behavior equals motivation times ability times prompt, each component needs to show up for behavior to take place. Many times when it comes to change, right? If you're a harmonizer, people pleasing, if that's the behavior, your motivation to people please is super, super high, right? It's really high. Why is your motivation to people please so high? Because without it, on the other side of that is friction, right? The opposite of the problem is the solution. So if people pleasing is the problem, what's the solution? Not pleasing people. And that creates friction. And if you're a people pleaser, you are allergic to friction. So say you want to change that. Let's look at this equation, right? Say the behavior that you want to create. You are a harmonizer. You want to make sure that you actually practice authenticity. You say no to things that you actually want to say no to and don't keep saying yes until or letting your mouth break your back with the things that you agree to that you don't want to do, right? If that's the behavior that you want to create, your motivation to actually implement that behavior change could be very, very high, but your ability may be very low. And the prompt that serves as a reminder, the nudge in that moment, the moment that you have to either say yes or no, the prompt that you have is keep the peace, don't rock the boat. So, how is a prompt of don't rock the boat going to create the behavior change of saying no? No is rocking the boat in your mind. So the prompt is very low. So you can have very high motivation, very low ability, and a very low prompt, not an effective prompt. With those equations, right, with those components of the behavioral equation, that behavior is not going to take place. It's not going to happen. You need your motivation to be high, and working with me, you will begin to raise your ability because you'll learn techniques, you'll learn tools that will allow you to raise your ability. So when that moment comes, just that right moment, you can refer back to your skills. You have a narrative that improves that prompt and makes it effective, allowing that behavior to work. And in this case, if it's saying no, if it's recognizing that you're not going to be people pleasing, what you're going to have to understand is raise your ability to tolerate discomfort. That's the ability to tolerate that. Because many times as a harmonizer, that's something that is a challenge for you. Tell me I'm wrong. If I was wrong, you wouldn't be watching this right now. You wouldn't have even stayed this long. That's how you know that this is for you. And this system, we build all three. your personal why, the tiny daily rituals that anyone can do, and support a structure that gently prompts each action every day. This is brain science associated with behavior change that creates real transformation. Now, listen, I did it. This was me. I have gone through this. I have drank my own Kool-Aid. Okay. I get high on my own supply. I do this every day because I'm a people pleasing overthinker. There's no doubt about it. Right. But I've used a lot of these tools to allow me to move past those moments successfully. That's why I'm here to now teach it. And this is a testimony for one of my clients, Sarah. Sarah changed all the names, of course, because I respect my clients. I did it scared, and suddenly I was home, which is great. Just because you're scared doesn't mean you don't do it. You do it scared, right? Sarah found the courage to set just one boundary, and everything changed. I have another client, John. Finally let himself get it wrong. And guess what? He still soared. Man, the beauty of being able to be wrong. Oh, I can't tell you how happy, how joyous my clients are when they can do that. So Sarah, she always felt responsible for everyone else. She was a typical harmonizer. She's constantly running on empty, tired all the time, terrified to set a boundary. And in just 2 weeks, she went from guilty intense to calm power. She said her first gentle no and felt that energy flood back. There's a beautiful moment when you do something different. Let me describe it to you. When you have a certain pattern that creates so much energy for you to maintain that pattern, and you're thinking about it, you want to make sure that you say yes and you agree, and you get nervous when there's going to be an interaction and all that. There's so much emotional energy contributing towards maintaining that process that's problematic for you. The second, like especially in the beginning, the moment that you choose to honor yourself and be authentic and just say no if you don't want to do something or talk about something that you feel is problematic, you will feel this burst of energy. And what that energy is, it's not energy that's coming from nowhere. It's the energy that you have that's reserved for the old process that's no longer serving you. Because now that you don't have to commit to that old process of people pleasing, of harmonizing, or overthinking, next thing you know, you have this reserve of energy that would have gone towards that process that now is open. Now you can attribute that or apply that energy in any direction that you want. People are like, I don't know what to do. I have all. It's. I love those testimonials. I love those because that means that they're implementing what we're talking about and they're seeing the difference in the moment. It's incredibly powerful. So there's another tool that I use frequently, and it's called ALPS. I created this myself. I actually trademarked it. Um, and it's awareness to arrival, right? To authentic arrival. Now, each letter stands for something, right? So it's ALPS. ALPS is for awareness. L is for life experience. P is for pattern recognition. And S is for solution. I have a YouTube video that I will attach in the community. So you can take a look at it and have a better understanding of how to walk through this. So what if you could spot your old patterns the moment it hits? Imagine rewriting your truth in red every time shame tries to reclaim you. Imagine that. Now, your awareness is, when old habits emerge, you understand what that looks like, right? You recognize it immediately. Life experience, understanding truth in red is um, it's a formula that I've used in the past. I use with clients currently, and it's designed to help you rewrite your narrative. Pattern recognition is when you recognize the pattern that you have. And your solution is when you arrive at a place in which you make a decision, right? This is the process that we all go through. Every single person goes through this process. We all do. Right? So you're going to move, once you learn this process, you'll understand what you can do to change and start rewriting your narrative, right? You have awareness, you recognize your own patterns, you design your new and gentle solutions like rewriting, like the truth of red activity, and you'll catch your old lies. These are about catching your old lies and rewriting them with your honest truth, with today's truth, right? Because you get to rewrite your narrative. Every day there's going to be a war between you and the world is going to try to grab your pen and say, I'm going to write your script. You're going to be a main character. And you are fighting back and forth to say, no, I'm going to write my own script and I'm going to be my author. Once you understand OUS and you understand the behavior equals motivation, ability, and prompt, when you understand some of these core components of my program, you'll know how to take your pen and you'll have an outline of how to take your pen and become the author of your own story instead of a main character. Okay? Is it selfish to choose you? I'm going to give you a little hint. It's not much of a hint because it's already on the screen. It's essential. Nobody's coming. No one's coming to rescue you. Only you. The only thing keeping you from relief is the myth that you're not worth the investment. When I wrote this slide, I wanted to make sure that this was here because this is what people believe. You believe you're not worth the investment. That's not true. If you're waiting for permission, here you go. Here's your permission. You're worth it. You are the investment. If you worry, well, what if I'm not worth this? Well, what if I try and slip back? You're not alone. Nearly everyone here thought the same, but this time you'll have the science, the structure, and the support to make it inevitable. Even if you failed before with other programs, progress isn't linear and self-compassion is built right in. You will succeed in this program. I will not let you fail. This is personal to me. It's personal. And that leads us to what today is. Today is the day you arrive. It's today. You've read the invitations. This is your summons. Click below. Step 4. Test the weight of your burdens and then let them go. There's only one question. Will you finally do what you've always done for everybody else? What would you lose if you allow this moment to slip away? I am not the first person that you've considered working with so you can address these problems. 10 out of 10 times. So you have thought about this many times before, maybe at different stages of your life. And now you're right back here because you didn't take action then. Take action now. Don't wait 5 more years and then look for another opportunity. Take action now. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me escort you from where you are to where you want to be. You don't have to travel alone. Others have carried these burdens, thousands. I have helped thousands of people, thousands, find peace. And I want you to join them and allow yourself to belong, to be seen, heard, and understood. Thousands have walked this path before you, quietly, powerfully, and hand in hand. You're not alone. This time, the script is yours to rewrite. Take the pen. And here we go. The new chapter of your life is just one step away. Just one. Take one step. Feel the pride, the relief, the quiet revolution of arriving, not as who you had to be, but who you truly are. Your story waits. Your future cheers you on. Make the version of you 3 years from now proud and make this decision today. Your journey begins now. You've been the hero of other stories long enough. It's time to be the hero in your own. Be the author. Your new chapter takes just one choice. Take this choice with me. Let's arrive authentically together. I appreciate you and thank you for spending this time. And if you're seeing this, I already know that I can't wait to work with you in the future. I'll talk to you soon.